Thank you for choosing our Patio Heat channel. I'm Steve. We provide tips and information to extend the enjoyment of your patio project. Our videos give you a knowledgeable overview prior to investing in your outdoor heating equipment. Whether you are a professional or owner-builder, we provide specific details for optimum heat coverage for your application. Post a comment or question, or for developed visual designs, send your request into designs@patioheat.com. We're here to work with you. For over 30 years, patio heating is the bedrock of our business, expressing what works best. Now let's get heating. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this application here. So this is a covered patio deck, and it is going to be a screened-in area. So all these three sides have screens in them. You can see we have a dining space here. We have a reclining space here. There's going to be a, I believe, a fireplace over here. You can see there's doors that come into the enclosure area on both sides over here as well. And then there's fans up here. And there will be light fixtures, I believe, on all of these posts, as well as there's going to be some light fixtures up in the ceiling area here, but you can see we have some light fixtures here. That's about it. Let's go ahead and look at the overall dimensions. So overall dimensions basically is 30 foot 2 inches by 14 foot and 3/4 inch. And then we have some different heights. I have the bottom of this beam at 9 foot 4. The top of the apex up here at 15 foot 1 inch. And then I have this at the top of this beam going across here at roughly about 10 feet off the floor. There's a section over here that comes out that's 9 foot 10 inches. And then I have these fans at roughly a 5 foot diameter. They are placed centrally located between this position here and this position here. And I think that's about it. So let's go ahead and turn that off. Now, I've spoken with this particular client, and we had gone over a few different ideas. And I think this is going to be the most beneficial. This particular client is looking to have this whole entire space heated as best as possible. So this will be probably the, like I said, the most beneficial for the entire space. Let's go ahead and turn that on, and let's see here. There we go. All right. So we both actually worked together, and this is something that he had come up with in his mind. I had tried different objects or different placements, but I think this is going to be the best thing here. And I'm kind of going over more of what I would do as far as the recommendation of clearances, as well as angles, as well as heights. Also, there is one section over here that you can see that we have this wall that comes over here, and so there's a little bit of an issue with placing a unit over here to heat up this area over here, but I think I do have a resolve for that as well. So what you're looking at is the CD 5200 watt units. So there's actually 5 of them here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I have them on the drop mount brackets. Now these are available from Infratech, and the nice thing about these is they're rigid. They can slide up and down, and also they can be customized, I guess you might call it, for different applications, and I'll show you that on this position over here. And they work on slopes very well as far as their rigidity. So I really like these brackets as well. So these are all 5200 watt units except for the one. And what I have is I have these placed at a 7-degree angle towards the center. So this is, you can see these are pointed 7 degrees in. And then I had to make sure that I was meeting the clearances below the heater, especially that there is the fan here. So I have that 18 inches from this edge here, this point. I shouldn't say this edge because it's really a point from the diameter of the fan to the edge of the heater itself. So I did have to move it, very specifically in order to accommodate that, as well as not heating up the light fixtures over here, and making sure that I'm out of the clearance zone for that as well. So that 7-degree angle is very nice. And then also I'll just mention that the clearances above the heater itself is 6 inches, and that should not be an issue with the way I have it mounted here with a drop down. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of these distances I have here. So I have these centered within the structure itself. So if this was the structure, we'll call it from here to here, that's center point there, and then 9 feet center to center on each heater, with the exception of the one in the back over here. So 9 feet center to center. And then you can see that I have these at 9 feet 11¼ inch off the finished floor. Now you can drop those slightly. These brackets, I believe, will allow for a total of 6 foot of a drop. So we could move all the units down slightly, which might be beneficial, but we also like to, make it so that visually the heaters aren't seen as, something, from the out, looking out here, let's say from the property, you walk outside, you don't focus on something that's dropped down further. So I like that height of roughly that 10-foot height here, but you could drop it down slightly in order to get a little bit more comfort, and I'm talking maybe just 6 inches. But these brackets, this is the important thing, these brackets will allow that 6-inch drop. So if that's something that you would want to do. Let's see here if there's anything else. So the point from the center point of the fans to the center point of the bracket here, you can see that, I should say the center point from here to here, with the fan being the center point here of the mounting, is 8 foot 9 inches to the center point of the bracket itself. And I think that's about it for that. And then lastly, I'm going to talk about this before I show the footprint of heat. What I've done here is I've taken a 5,000 watt unit. So this is still an intensely strong unit for this mounting, and this is, I believe, a 39-inch long unit. Let me just pull that up here real quick. So you can see 39-inch long unit from this point to this point. And then what I did is lined it up with these 2 units here, and then moved it away from the wall here, from the edge point right here, 18 inches to the left. So you can see that it's not perfectly centered here, to here, or end to end, I should say, but it would actually make the heating footprint very nicely. So I think that's about it here. Let's see if there's anything I want to talk about. What I also should mention is that these brackets, I had to really customize these brackets. So what I did was, and actually I could see that I messed up this one here, but this here should be, let's go ahead and see if I can change that real quick. Yeah, it's not going to change very quickly, but what I did, we'll just call this the bracket here. I cut these down shafts here, and then had to drill a new hole in order to accommodate the way that you connect the bracket to the lower bracket that's inside here. It's kind of hard to see, but this is the lower bracket here, and you need a minimum of 6 inches above. This actually slides in and out, so if I was to move this up and down, let's say, you can see it slides in and out, and this little hole is where you make the attachment. But you need this to be a minimum of 6 inches tall inside of the channel here in order to make sure that it fits properly, but you customize it by cutting the section here. Let's see if I can show that. So what we do here is we cut off the top section here. You can see that here it's the same thing, but I just cut off the top section. So this is the point right here that I cut off the top to, and then I also had to cut off the bottom on this here, and again drill these new holes to make that attachment point so that it's properly at the proper height. But you can see here this is the mark, 6 inches a minimum inset into this channel here. So let's go ahead and put that back now, and I just wanted you to see that you can make adjustments, but you have to make it customized in order to use these for a custom position and slope for the ceiling. I think that's about it as far as that is concerned. So let's go ahead and turn that off, this off, and we'll turn off these distances. Yeah. All right, let's look at the footprint of heat here. So the footprint of heat, you can see here, is covering this space very, very well. With even this unit over here in this position, this entire place will be heated perfectly for extending the period of time in the colder climate. So and we're not penetrating the screen edge here in the clearance zone, so that should not be an issue at all. Let's just put that back on here. And then I also want to mention too, when I said about the 6-inch drop, you want to make sure we're not dropping it the clearance area here, at the same elevation as the doorways here. So you can see that we're actually meeting the clearances to those doorways. So that 6-inch drop might be an issue. So I'd probably stick with that 10-foot off the finished floor application. I think that's about it, actually. Let's go ahead and just look around. I'm going to take this top off here so you can see there's very nice overlapping here in the center. And yeah, I think this would be a very, very nice application here. All right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you'd like us to review your plan, send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve. Please tap that like button if you find this video useful. We don't advertise or not monetize. YouTube does not support us unless we receive a thumbs up from you, our viewers, and we really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Have an excellent day.